Hey guys, JH, welcome to practice tee. As usual, very windy practice tee. Okay guys, just something that might help the average player. It might help any player. If you're someone that if you're a right-handed player, and just reverse it if you're not a right-handed player, if you're someone that has a proverbial shot that gets away to the right, invariably guys, that's open club face. The ball will always go where the club face is pointed. That's just a law of golf. It's wherever the face is pointing, the ball will go. Okay, path has a lot to dictate in terms of where the ball starts and then goes. If you've got an out to in path across the ball like that, and you've got a closed club face, the ball will start left and keep going left. If you've got a club coming across the line like that over here with an open face, the ball will start left and then curve right. And the amount that the left to left happens and the amount that the starting left and going right happens, the degree of that is relative to the amount the club face is opened or closed. But I would say that the majority of club players have an open club face at impact. So invariably their shot for a right-hander is one that gets away to the right. Guys, what we see on the tour now around the world is at the top of the swing, the club face is really, for a lot of the good strikers, the face is really closed, or what is conventionally regarded as closed. If you take a golf club back from address there where it's in that position there, and you take it to the top of the swing and you don't manipulate that face, you just rotate the body, because you're rotating and you get to the top, the club face will look like that. It'll be in that position there. What is termed in common golf analysis parlances is that if a club face is like that at the top of the swing, it's square. If it's like that, it's shut. But guys, if it's like that at address and it's like that at the top of the swing, doesn't that mean that the club face is still square? Doesn't it mean that? It must mean that. Because if it's in that position there at address, which is that position, and it's in that position at the top of the swing, it means it's as it was at address, which is square to the line of the direction we want the ball to go. Elementary, dear Watson. But what has happened over the years with golf in general is that because we've got a general rotation in the backswing, and invariably for the club player there's a bit of rotation of the golf club, you'll get to the top and instead of being in that position there, you'll be in that position there, which is open. When the toe of the club is hanging down, the club face is open. So, and what you see with some of the really good strikers on the tour, the world tours these days, is that at the top of the swing their club face is looking like that, guys. It's not like that. It's like that. And you're looking at Jon Rahm, you're looking at Dustin Johnson, and you're looking at the best player in the world at the moment, which is Cameron Smith. I mean, if he could have won this week, he would have been number one. Now Cameron at the top of the swing is like this, guys. That's how Cameron is at the top of the swing. Sensational ball striker. John Rahm is a sensational ball striker. Dustin Johnson, exactly the same. So what I'm saying is that what has traditionally been taboo in getting the club face closed, I think is a fallacy. And these great ball strikers are proving it. Now guys, I haven't hit any shots today, and I'm just waiting for someone, and I've just pinched a couple of balls here and come up here. I'll just show you something. I'm going to take the club back, and all I'm going to think about is just turning the club face. Or basically trying to keep it looking at the golf ball. Now, in conjunction with that, I'm actually going to try and not only keep it looking at the golf ball going back, I'm actually going to try and close the club face even more. Now, I won't be able to do that because I've had so many balls over the year, millions of golf balls, where I haven't done that, so I haven't got a program, a muscular a muscular point of view that would make my arms do that and shut the face down. But I'm basically going to just try and keep the club face square and feel going back, guys, that the club's doing that. As I take it back, I feel like I'm going to be doing that. And I haven't hit a shot, and I can guarantee that I won't hit the ball to the left. Now, you shouldn't do this, shouldn't just step up with a driver and do that, but I want the driver because you can see it so much easier. Now that's basically where I'm aiming, just left of that shed down there. I'll just aim it a little further right because I might have been out of the camera. But what I'm trying to do, guys, is actually turn it like that on the backswing, and on the downswing, turn it even more like that. So, in old terminology, it's shut to shut. Now it's very windy here, guys, so I'm trying to hit the ball low into the wind. But you can't hit the ball much straighter than that, I don't think. That's pretty straight. And that feels to me, guys, like as I'm taking the club back, that it's doing that. And coming through the ball, it's actually going to be facing towards the ground. It's not, because you won't do that from a muscularity application point of view, but you want to feel that you're doing that. Okay, if you're someone that doesn't make a turn and you just lift the club up like that and go down, the ball will go over here. You have to have some semblance of a golf swing to do this. Okay, what it will do is it will probably deal off the club a little bit, and you will hit the ball a little bit lower. But for most people, club players, that's good anyway, because with the longer clubs, it'll give you a little bit more run when the ball hits the ground. So I'm trying to do that, guys. Now that's feeling that the club face is dead shut, and that ball coming into the ball was actually a little bit open, so you get that slight push, but it's a straight push. It's not going over here. a shot before where the ball went a little bit left, guys, is not the swing. It's these grips are really slick, and I've been keep telling myself to give them a bit of abrasion, but and the club just slipped out of my hand. Now, how do I get the feeling? I just feel that my trail hand, that underpad bone there, just does that in the backswing. Now, it won't look dramatically like I do that, guys, but that's the intention. That's the feeling. And the wind is into us and going this way. So the ball would want to go left. If the face was really shut down, it would want to go left. It's a good wind to practice in because it really does make you hit the ball low. Well, I'm just my body and my brain is just gearing to hit it low. I've just got a 4-iron here, guys. I just hit a couple of irons. Same thing. Just hitting the irons in that direction there, because the wind is really strong now, and I want to sort of try and hold it into the wind. Hit one down this direction. Hit it out to that direction. So you don't get any leakaways, guys. The ball tends to be, I don't know, captured by the club face being what I term shut down. But it's not shut down, it's just square. It's not shut down at all. The wind is so strong, guys. That's why I'm hitting it up that right side. Just hitting a few balls, haven't been out for a while. Now guys, that's probably 30 k's wind across into us, and that ball's holding its line in that wind, which means that it's a penetrating type shot because the club face is strong. When we hit it, it's not a glancing type blow. It's a compressed, capturing type impact. Sure, you'll hit the ball a bit flatter because you'll probably be in that position when you hit it instead of that position. Let's get a bit of this wet grass off the face of the club. So guys, the feeling is that we take it back and we do that. We do that and that. We do that and that. We actually try and trap, smother the ball. Through impact you won't, but that's the intention. You will if you're absolutely stagnant with the body and the body doesn't move. If you just fire the arms at it, then you will close the face down. All right, we'll try and hit a little burner. And maybe if you get a little jumpy and don't complete the backswing like I did then, you can get that little turnover draw, which, you know, it's not devastating. And the wind is really strong right to left now. That's really the shot we want, just to hold up into that wind. That's the shot we want. It doesn't get away, guys. Little draggy, but that's only me. That's only, you know, just not completing the backswing and not having, you know, hit a lot of shots lately. And I really tried to hold that into the wind then. I actually fired it out into the wind, and it actually was strong enough that it actually stayed there and the wind had no effect on it whatsoever. See, they're all borers. They all bore because, okay, the club face is strong when you hit it. It's not open and sort of cutting across the ball. Or just fanning through the ball. It doesn't have to cut across the ball. I mean, it's just, you just don't want it fanning. Now they're great shots if you want to play the wind. Really good shots. Or if you just want to have, okay, that shot into a green wouldn't be that low because unless you're playing into the wind. And all I would do there to take a little bit of the strongness off the loft is just play the ball forward a little more. So even though we're square, we're catching it a little bit more forward, so there'll be a little bit more loft on the golf club. If you were playing it off a tee on a par 3 or something like that, same thing, but it would go higher because it's further forward. That puts quite a bit of loft on the golf club because the ball is forward. But it's just a straight hold-up shot into the wind. And that's just rolling it through impact there, and getting that roll over draw. Because that's going back, and then there's more of it coming through. There's that just roller draw. But you don't get any of those escaping shots with the club face open and the ball just flaring or fanning itself out to the right if you're a Now I play that fairway forward, and that gives us the extra height if you want to sit the ball down on the green. Now this is a 4-iron, guys, and it's a very strong 4-iron. It's actually a 3-iron loft, so it's going to go low anyway. So the story is, take it back. We take the heel back and the toe down and feel like it's that, like that feeling. And coming through, we want to actually increase that. I'll actually try and shut the face over the top of the ball here as an intention. Now that's the most I'd get, guys, is that strong power draw, and that's actually really rotating it over. Okay, if you get outside the shot and the body is inactive, sure, you'll just smother the shot. It'll go way over here. So you've got to have the body moving as it normally does. Okay, guys, so that's just what I would call square to square in the backswing. Square at address, try and keep it square in the backswing, outside the hands here. Don't keep the club face square and take it in behind the hands, because you will come in then and you will smother it. You'll come in, you'll step back away from it, and you'll just slap it and you'll smother it. So if the club is always outside the hands here, there, like that, as we go back, there. Club doesn't get in behind the hands, because that's a big correction from there. Okay, guys, just something to try. Tough conditions today, but with the exception of that shot that I lost the grip on the club, that went a bit left. Considering the wind's coming across really hard and is a headwind, it's they're pretty good shots and indicative of what you'll get with that action. Okay, guys, just something to have a look at and give a try.